We started recording, I didn't even notice it. Jesus, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Thrashers Paradise. We are joined with very special guests from Massachusetts and New Hampshire. We are joined with Lich King, bassist Mike, and vocalist Zach. Gentlemen, how are you both doing?
Excellent. How are you?
How's it going, man?
I'm cold. I'm in Canada, so, you know, braving the nice cold weather.
Wow, where in Canada?
Hamilton, Ontario. It's about an hour outside of Toronto.
Sheesh, dude. Wow, I bet you it's real cold up there right now. I'd hate that.
Actually, the funny thing is, earlier today we were getting some snow.
Yeah, us too. I'm up in New Hampshire, so a little bit of snow here. What about you? Mike's actually not in Massachusetts. He's in Minnesota.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm
sorry for that.
I'm pretty... No, it's... I mean, I lived in Massachusetts. I just moved out here about like a year and a half ago. But yeah.
Okay.
I'm right up north with you, buddy.
Excellent. Now, how cold is it for you outside in Minnesota?
Yesterday was like 35 degrees, and then today is pretty up. It's like 60. It's not terrible, but we are known for having snow in May, so that's nothing out of the regular.
Excellent. Well, gentlemen, let's start the interview off on kind of on a note of, oh, okay. So on March 12th, I went on your Facebook page and found that your last performance was in Worcester before this whole COVID thing broke out. Did you guys ever think really that this was going to be your last show for now?
To be honest, yeah, it was definitely in the back of our minds. The whole thing was like kind of on our tail this entire tour. And no cancellations had happened yet, but it was in the back of our minds. And by the time we got to Worcester, things were starting to get pretty heavy. And that night, I was like, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if this tour got canceled after this show. And then it did. But actually, our last performance from that tour was the following night when we did a live stream at Sonic Titan Studios with Toxic Ruin and Stonecutters.
Okay, and what was that like to transition from having to prep for a live performance to now doing it all on a live stream?
That was that was like a 1 hour discussion before, because we were already at like Lich King's headquarters, home base in their hometown, not hometown, but like general home area. So it was like, so we were playing Philly that night. So it's like, should we drive, 9 hours round trip for a show that might not happen? Or would it be safe to do like a live stream? Some of us were like, wanted to keep moving forward, but in the end, it was just like within the hour after discussing all of the, benefits from staying there or like the possible terrible things that could happen, we were just like, yeah, we'll just do it home. And then within like 2 hours, Brian and a few others like set up like the whole. Brian has a studio about like 20 minutes from where we were staying, which is like Joe's family house, and so Brian went to a studio for like 2 hours and set up the whole gig pretty much. Like
yeah. Well, what happened was Nick Burks, the guitarist and vocalist of Stonecutters, and we were smoking a blunt on the back porch at Joe's place, and all of a sudden, like, we came up with these two breakthrough ideas. Nick came up with the idea of lunar panels instead of solar panels. And I was like, that's pretty good, but what if we live streamed a show tonight instead of going to Philly because it might not happen? And then it was like, wait, lunar panels. And I was like, no, but seriously, we could make this happen. And it ended up being really cool. We didn't want to kill the stream, so when you watch it, there's like a whole lot of rambling going on in between bands for setup and stuff. And that was all improv. That gets pretty rough at points. But, I mean, the sets all came out really well. Brian couldn't have done a better job. Joe, our rhythm guitar player as well, absolutely killed it. So that was a lot of fun. It's still up on our Facebook if you want to check it out.
Yeah.
Definitely, and we'll have a link to it to the video for this video. I'm saying video a lot for some reason. Anyways, I like how I'm getting stuck now.
Oh, we'd also like to mention that our boys from Detroit, Manic Outburst, drove 13 hours to the show. We were going to play with them in Philly. We had to end up canceling because of all of this stuff, but they still drove 12 hours to play Philly and at least one other show. And, you know, they champed it out. And those guys, you should definitely check out those guys too.
Yeah, they played that show with our friends in Black Mass out of Boston too. So, you know, since we're plugging the homies.
Yeah. Yeah, it was supposed to be like a big friend show, and then it just deteriorated. So.
Okay, well, we'll definitely have links to them in the description of this video that when it goes to YouTube. Now, one thing that is very hard now, especially with musicians, is trying to get together to talk about what's next for us, either writing new material or stuff like that. And with you in Minnesota and you in New Hampshire, how hard is it just kind of to try and get everyone at the right time to just talk about what are we doing now?
Oh, that is, we talk probably like 30 times a day, every day.
Yeah, we're best friends, dude. We're all in a group chat together, and I probably talk in that group chat as often as I text my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay.
We literally talk like it. At least we talk as much as you would eat a breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I would say.
Okay. Wow. So with that now said, has there been a lot of discussion on new material and potentially a new album?
So we do have something in the works right now. We're going to be releasing a little cover song at some point, so keep an eye out for that, and that's going to be real exciting.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, one of the main things a lot of people have been doing to try and support bands is buying merch from the merch sites. Is your merch site like fully running, ready to go to ship out merchandise, or is there going to be some delays with it?
Not that we know of. I mean, we've gotten like 2 or 3 responses from delays of shipping, but other than that, it's pretty steady.
Yeah, smooth sailing.
Awesome. Now, the one piece of merchandise I would like to talk about is the Black Metal Sucks long sleeve and socks. What inspired the creation of that?
Black metal sucking.
Yeah. That, I've also been bitching about us not having a long sleeve forever. And Joe designed Joe came up with like having the socks and like the long sleeve. So it was like, I don't even have one of those. Those are only available in our store. I have the socks.
Yeah, I got the socks.
I need the long sleeve though, for sure.
Okay. Now, a popular thing that has been coming along, at least in Facebook and in and around where I'm at in Canada, is the Combat Mosh song with Sir Anthony Hopkins just headbanging to it from Silence of the Lambs. Have you guys seen the video and know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, A-Hop's our boy, man. We go way back. He's been messaging us since Necromantic, and yeah, big fan, longtime supporter. Long live A-Hop.
Yeah, we knighted him, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we are the Lich King, so that's how he became Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Yes.
Oh.
Exactly.
Awesome. Now, in the beginning when he reached out, was it like, holy shit, he likes us and our music and what we're doing?
Yeah, it was just like kind of weird. We didn't expect it, but I mean, you know, the more the merrier. That's what we say.
That's insane. It was just, we were just mind blown that he listened to us and like liked us that much. It's crazy.
Awesome. Now, I want to take you guys back to last year. You did a little show in Toronto, and you performed with two bands, Invicta and Cell Phone. What was that performance like to perform with those two bands? Pardon?
When was this?
December 1st. I'm reading this from I got this from the Facebook page, so I apologize if I mess up the information.
December 1st.
I wasn't there.
Mike wasn't in Canada, and I was drunk the whole time.
Oh. My bad.
No,
it's funny.
It was winter. I was a little cold, and I was like, it got ahead of me. But Toronto. What was the venue?
Sneaky Deakies? Or Sneaky
D's. Yeah, that was a fun one.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. I wasn't expecting that to... I don't know. I'm just losing train of thought a lot today.
Oh, don't worry about it, man. We're just talking and having a good time.
Okay, I'm glad now.
I'm just losing train of thought because of how beautiful you fold your towels behind you in that closet.
Oh, yeah, that's a great towel folding job. So,
actually, those are bed sheets.
You could use them as towels. I've done it.
Fair enough.
When we've been to Europe, and literally every time we fucking shower, the towels are the size of a piece of computer paper. So sometimes, if we're staying at a hostel or something, because everybody will use the fucking towels, and I have like nothing left because I try to sleep in. I will rip the bed sheets off and just start wiping myself with as to dry off with. The second worst thing is drying off with your stage clothes from yesterday.
Oh.
My stage, I'd just be dirty again. My stage clothes are gross, bro.
Yeah, my you could stand my pants up on their own after a week.
My Merciful Fate shirt can get you high to this day if you smell it.
You're from do you like Anvil?
Yes, I do like Anvil.
Yeah.
Are you in the Metal Pounders Union?
Pardon?
Are you in the Metal Pounders Union?
I don't know. What's that?
Mike, you got your card?
No, my wallet's... I don't know where my wallet is right now, which is always great if you don't know where your wallet is. But no, 5 years ago, we did a 5 or 4 day tour with Anvil, and we were given a little card that said Metal Pounders, and then they would write your name and then whatever number you are, and then it was -666. Hell yeah, brother.
Heck is
awesome.
Heck yeah.
But then, I don't know. Things just took a turn for the worst. No, I'm kidding. Do-rags are funny, and little cowboy boots are funny.
Yes, they are. Now,
smoking all our weed is also funny. Eating all our food is hilarious.
There's nothing I've never felt lower in my life sharing a crock pot of veggie chili 3 doors down in a basement in Rochester, New York with Anvil. I'll tell you that right now, goddammit, Colin.
Please do. How did that even come about?
Oh, just ask.
No.
Colin.
Yes.
That was the highlight of my downfall of life. If you know what crockpot anything tastes like, I'd hit up Anvil.
Yes, I am familiar with the crock pot taste, and I will do that very soon.
You know, speaking
No.
of crock pots, the lowest moment in my life was when Brian decided that he was bringing a crock pot on tour. This most recent run that we did. And that crock pot, what is it, Mike? I think it's probably day 74. Still no use of the crock pot.
This will never.
Yeah. As soon as
This
he
is-
was like, I'm bringing the crock pot, I was like, Brian, I've never been more positive in my life that something's just going to be in the way in the van. And, that's the way it was. I'm sorry, Mike. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying that exactly. Just like it was like Zach was always like to make sure, and he would announce like whatever day that Brian did. So, because all right, so the beginning is like when we were packing up, we all didn't want to spend a lot of money on tour. Totally acceptable and totally realistic.
Yeah.
I mean, so Brian suggested to bring a crock pot from his house. And they would buy groceries every day or two and portion it into containers and store it in the van. But there's no refrigerator in the van, so that makes absolutely no sense. And then, so Brian only used the crock pot once, and it was to make, I believe, boxed Kraft mac and cheese. And the best part, it was in someone's kitchen that was like fully like brand new equipment.
Yeah,
like,
they had
beautiful.
their own fucking crock pot.
Yeah. So so Zach just would always give Brian a hard time, and then that was like the so every tour there's always like a
Running
downfall. Yeah, a running joke that's like someone else's misfortunes that we all gain laughter at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't believe I don't get a hard time for the time I brought like 60 books on tour. On the U.S. tour, I brought like a small library with me. But
I
I
entertained
did-
myself somehow.
Never read a single page that whole tour either.
I think half of those books were used for rolling papers. Pretty sure.
Sure. Okay. So before we started recording the interview, you talked to me about Adventure Time and supposedly this Lich King that's in the show. How often does that really happen to you guys? Just that.
There's no N. There's no N. It's just Lich, Lich.
I didn't even realize there was a character like that in Adventure Time.
Yeah, I guess there is, because we hear about it an awful lot.
Yeah, like I know. So the name, from what I know, came from like a Dungeons and Dragons character, but
Okay.
I know nothing of that, and people relate the name to World of Warcraft and Adventure Time, and I know nothing of either of those. So, whatever. It's an undead wizard, and that's the definition, and that's what the name is, and that's what it came from. So,
Excellent. An interesting thing I do want to bring up is your Facebook cover on the Lich King Facebook page, which is of someone just, I think, doing sand angels.
Oh, that's Brian. Brian just had a birthday. That's our drummer. He just had a birthday, and we did a merch deal where if you used a special code, you got a percentage off because of Brian's birthday. So the cover photo is Brian laying on Seal Beach outside of LA and just soaking in the water, making sand angels.
I think it's hilarious. I'm just looking at, like, is he going to do anything? Nope, he's still doing the same thing. Okay.
Brian's
we're just having a good old time, just relaxing, just being Brian.
Yeah. Brian being Brian. Okay. Now,
So Colin, are you
yes.
married?
No, I am not. I don't even have a girlfriend.
When was
what
it
do you do for work?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I believe Zach asked first.
Oh no, yeah.
Okay.
What do you do for work?
Currently laid off, but when I wasn't, I was a line cook for a restaurant chain in Canada.
Nice, dude. Mike, what were you about to ask?
I was gonna ask, when was the last time you took your kids for a good night out? Like, when did you give your kids like a fun time? Are you a good dad?
I don't. Well, I have an 8-year-old brother, so I guess you can call him my kid. The last time I took him out was before this whole thing really took a big hit in Canada, and I took him to the movies.
What'd you see?
All right.
That new Disney movie, Onward.
Oh, dude, I just saw that. That was phenomenal. What was your favorite part?
Anything with Chris Pratt's character in it, honestly.
Well, what was his favorite part?
I don't even know. Like, he goes on saying he liked it, but
Colin, why
yes.
did you leave your wife?
That's a tricky question that involves a lot of lawyers and documentation for me to answer.
You know, it's the case isn't resolved, so he can't really talk about it. Right?
Yeah, it's going on year 12, so
yeah, that's a yucky settlement.
yeah. Good
Zach
news
and
is, I think.
What was that, Mike?
I was about
Zach
to say.
Discussed before the interview what awkward questions that you would ask somebody, even if they don't like relate to you at all. Just like,
so how's the kids?
Not pregnant, so doing good, I guess.
how's being divorced, unemployed, and having your kids taken from you?
Oh my god.
That's harsh, but you know what? I get to drink beer and not feel ashamed of it, so pretty good.
What are you drinking, Colin? What are you drinking?
Currently a Belgian Moon, which is Blue Moon down in the States.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, shit. It's foaming now.
What was your last concert that you saw, metal-wise? Before this crap.
My last concert happened March 7th. It was a charity show. And it was just a bunch of different local bands. One of the headliners was called Deep Dark River. And they're just something completely different. Like, instead of a bass, they have a cello.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a bunch of different stuff. Lindsay Schoolcraft, who was in Cradle of Filth, performed there.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was it. What was your gentleman's last metal show, I guess, before this whole thing?
That was it, Ralph's.
Aside from the Lich King tour, like our personal just going out and seeing them?
Yeah, when was the last one personally that you went out to see?
I don't even remember.
Let's see. I know I went somewhere. My fiance and I went somewhere. I forgot. It was fuck. I don't know. I gotta think about that. I tried to go to. There was like so many concerts each month that I would always go to.
Mm-hmm.
So, Colin, while you were talking about your last concert, I did remember. I remember the Toronto show. Finally, it took me a minute.
Okay.
So, yes, the night before, I think we were in Ottawa. Yeah.
Yes.
And we drove from Ottawa to Toronto in a blizzard. And then went up, and obviously because of the weather conditions, it affected the attendance a little bit. The bands that played before us were fucking killer. And then part of this show is I was loading out at the end of the night, and Sneaky D's has a lot of stairs, right?
Okay. Oh, yes, yes.
So I'm carrying the rental base head down the stairs, and I fucking slip and bruised my tailbone for like a month. Not a scratch on the base head.
Oh, that had to hurt.
Yeah, man, that was awesome.
No, you always put your body before the gear. I've learned myself too.
You'll hate yourself way more for it.
Yeah.
Noted. I will remember that for the future.
Nice.
Now, one of the main things about your thrash is it keeps getting referred to as pizza thrash. How do you both personally feel about Lich King being referred to as a pizza thrash band?
I don't see that at all.
You know, I keep that thing on me.
But I don't know. It's like we don't sing about Pete. There's actual bands and thrash bands that like Pizza Party or something, like there's like a couple that actually do it, but then it qualifies because of the tone of the, so they all get categorized with that because of, and then you add on top of like, you know, like one or two songs that have like not silly lyrics but are meant for a joke, but the riffs behind it are serious. So it's like people will hear, you know, like one or two of these songs and then categorize it as a whole, you know what I mean? And I don't think that's like, because they don't listen to the full catalog and stuff, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. Because like Lich King went through certain sections, like the first two albums were, you know, Tom did that all himself, and there's certain things that are funny, there's certain things that aren't. And then it just kind of moved on, and we've always kept, you know, like a little bit of humor or realistic situations that are funny in the albums that he wrote about. And, you know, I just wish and hope that it doesn't transcribe into like pizza thrash, you know what I mean? So
yeah, it's just, I keep hearing around and it's just like, why the fuck are they called pizza thrash? Like, I don't really understand the terminology for it, and I don't really think there's a place for it. Like, for me, what I get from you guys is you are old school thrash, but updated the sound to sound like modern from the 2000s, which I like, because you're standing out from the other thrash bands.
You know what else I like, Colin, is pizza. So like, I don't see what's so offensive about this. It's like, yeah. I don't understand how pizza thrash is supposed to be like some sort of insult to somebody. It's like, it's pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I lived in New Jersey my entire life up until I was 27. So pizza is a compliment to me. So
yeah, okay. Like right now I'm eating a chicken parm pizza with garlic bread crust.
That actually sounds good.
It's delicious. Let me tell you something about it. Real good.
I think I might have to create one of those.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you could make it. You could open your own pizza shop called Colin's Thrashers Paradise. And
yeah, totally can.
No, I'll rip off Pizza Hut and call it Thrashers Hut, and we'll just serve pizza.
Hell yeah.
And Anvil CDs.
Yeah, no, we'll only play
It's Anvil. Like a Happy Meal. It's like a Happy Meal. Everything comes with an Anvil album.
Yes.
Like dine in, instead of like pizza trays, it's like served on like an Anvil vinyl.
Yes. This is $1 million idea.
But the vinyl won't smoke and eat all your weed and food.
Unfortunately, it won't come with a do-rag and really little cowboy boots either. So you can only get that from the real thing.
Yes.
One more anvil thing. And I just can't get enough of this band because they are a fucking cartoon to me, dude. All right. The last show was in New Jersey. Their green room was a fucking like janitor's closet that was literally like it was 2 feet by like 8 feet. And they all just stayed in there the whole show before they played. And like anyway, I just thought that's like one of the most funniest things ever in my entire life.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming out, Mike.
Yeah. Oh, that too. Like, I've said this before on an interview, but like so after like 5 days of being with them, I was like, man, it was fun touring with you guys for these few days, and the drummer was like, oh, thanks for coming out tonight. Like, it was like, motherfucker, I was with you. Like, I'm almost positive he said that every single night to me. Like, thanks for coming out. It's like as if I fucking fought, like fucking caravanned behind their tour van.
You were the roadie for the tour. No. Fuck, what was it? That person that sleeps around with the band. What's it called?
A groupie.
Yeah, you were the groupie for for the tour.
I was their groupie. All my food was just getting eaten. Jeez. And all my drugs were being taken. But at least, I got a do-rag out of it. A leather one.
Ooh. Nice.
Colin, do you have a leather do-rag?
No, I do not, sadly.
Do you have a do-rag at all?
Sadly, no, I don't.
Damn.
Like every Canadian should have the anvil attire.
Yeah, everyone should have, everyone should dress like Bret Hart in Canada. That's how I feel.
I can live with dressing like Bret Hart.
Yeah, that's the way, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, we out here WWE Network is free, and we've been my girl and I have been watching like the early wrestling stuff, and it's great.
Yeah, I've been watching those, and I've been watching like a lot of documentaries and behind the scenes stuff on it, and I like that way better actually.
Oh yeah, that's the only reason why I have that work is for the documentaries.
New wrestling's for this.
And you also what?
What?
I said new wrestling is just like horrendous. I can't even watch it. So
I don't blame you there, man. It's hard to watch.
Yeah, it's brutal. It's even more brutal with no crowd.
I think it's just a comedy show with no crowd.
It's so awkward.
It's cool. It's cool what they did to like promote it, but it's just stupid. And I don't think about any wrestler that's current because they aren't what I liked like when I was like 12. So I don't care.
Fair enough. Now I'd like to talk to you gentlemen about something that we can all agree on. Alcohol.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So a lot of bands nowadays seem to be coming out with their own lines of either beer or alcohol, like Slayer partnered with Jägermeister. Iron Maiden has their Trooper beer. If there ever came a day where you guys decided to do one with Lich King, what kind of alcohol would it be? And what would be the name of it?
It would be Daddy Bones Tequila. The Lich King Papi Blanco Tequila.
And that's great. We've actually never been asked that question before. That's actually a really good question.
Oh, thank you.
But no, it would probably be tequila, I feel.
Okay. Why tequila?
Because me, Nick, and Zach drink it, and we're like
and
the
the
only
Lich King. the Lich King would make a pretty cool sugar skull too. So
Yeah, I can see that.
it'd sell itself.
Yes, it would. Yeah, I would buy some tequila from you guys.
Yeah, I think that would be I think that would be the good thing.
Excellent. Now, gentlemen, I have one last question to ask you both. It's something we ask all of our guests that come on for the first time. It's just a simple question. I just need to know who would win in the fight, Lemmy or God?
Do I really have to say this?
Sadly, it is obligated, yes.
Trick question, because Lemmy is God.
That is correct.
I know that question.
I know that we always ask that because it proves that we're talking to actual metalheads and not just some random dude we met on a group chat in, I don't know, Kaplankistan.
That, or if you've seen the movie Airheads 1,000 times, like me, myself.
Yeah. Yes, you are a man of good taste. Airheads is the shit.
That's like one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah, nothing can ever top that.
Nope.
No. Well, gentlemen.
Yeah. I gotta ask you one more thing.
Okay, go ahead, man. Shoot.
What is did you enjoy the new Warbringer album?
Actually, yes, I loved it. I thought it was something I wasn't expecting. I thought it was going to be hard to kind of top Woe to the Vanquished, but I felt they did a really good job with it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. They did a lot of new stuff. Is that a long sleeve, by the way?
Oh, this? No, it's just a t-shirt.
Oh. All right. No, I thought you had like a long. I was like, shit. I don't know. I'm obsessed with long sleeves, so anytime I try.
I'm with you there. I'm starting to get obsessed with them too. It's trying to. I'm just struggling to debate of what bands to get long sleeves of, but I will definitely be getting your long sleeve soon.
Oh, yeah, you dude.
Right now.
Hmm?
Give us your money right now.
That I can do.
Hell yeah. Thanks for having me.
Hey, no problem. Thank you guys for being able to do this. I really appreciate it. Is there anything else that you would like to tell the people watching this on YouTube?
Howdy.
I wish show announcements, but Zach?
We love you guys.
Right.
Excellent.
Oh yeah. Watch out for a certain cover that we will be releasing within hopefully the next month, couple of weeks at least. And then just waiting to get back out on the road because we're eager to play for all you beautiful people.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
We already talked about the cover, Mike. Jeez.
You never said what the cover was of.
You got to push it one more time.
Of course.
You won't know what the cover's of until it's out. That's for you to find out, too.
Okay, is it going to be a cover that's going to make me go, oh, I never thought that song would be covered? Yeah? Okay, well, I am very eager and looking forward to hearing it when it does come out.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, again, thank you so much for having us.
No problem. Thank you guys for being able to do this. I appreciate this, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Enjoy the rest of your night. Take care, man.
Thank you. You too. You guys do, too. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later.
The cover is around by Jersey Boys. No, okay.
Cheers.
Combat!